All right, we are live. Welcome back to Sim with Jim. We're doing some late night trucking on Euro 2 server. Me and Cypher trying to bust out some loads for the company. Trying to get our ranking back up.
Taken back from the bots.
Yes. We were in 10th, we slipped down to 15th. We're slowly inching our way back up, but holy crap. There's some companies really logging some serious miles right now. We took one night off and played some American Truck as a company, and I guess that was a bad idea because we really started slipping. So we're doing a little short run here. We got about 880 kilometers to go. So yeah, it's about 1:30 a.m. here. So if you're up late or up early, cheers. We are taking some loaders to Luxembourg from Manchester. So we just pretty much got out of Manchester. I'm gonna buzz here through the UK and cross over the pond and get this thing delivered and probably call it a night after that. So hope everybody's doing okay today. Had a good day, good night, good morning, whatever, depending on what part of the world you're in. Subscriber count is going up, so that's good. The faster we get to 100, the faster we get to the giveaway. I did make a video about the giveaway. However, if you haven't watched that video, the giveaway will go as followed. The winner will get a digital Steam copy of Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator, your choice. If you already own both of those games, then you could receive a you could receive a DLC for one of those games of your choice. And what happens if you own both games and both DLCs? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. If you own both games, you own both DLCs, then you will be eligible for an Eire Agri Haulage mug. So we're doing a lot of options. Once we hit 100, we will do a subscriber goal live stream, and we will pick the winner during that live stream. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's sooner than later, and we can get that going, and then we'll move up to our next sub goal and have another giveaway. So we're going to do giveaways at every sub goal. Once we hit 100, we will do a sub goal of 500, and then a sub goal of 1,000. Yeah, go big or go home. That's how we do. If you're interested in joining a VTC, Eire Agri Haulage is now hiring drivers. Very laid-back company. We have a lot of fun. We do company convoys weekly, sometimes more than weekly. Usually convoy night is set for Wednesdays. However, we have been known to put a convoy together on a Sunday, Mondays. Really all depends on how many people are online driving and who all wants to do it. There's no minimum monthly miles that you have to log. Like some companies have a minimum amount that you have to drive a month. We don't do that. We do just ask that our drivers be active. I mean, there's no sense in joining if you're not going to be active. You know, we want people to drive. It's the #1 VTC in Ireland, and we are in the top 15 in the world, which is still pretty impressive. We don't have a lot of drivers, but the drivers that we have are pretty active and log a lot of miles. So the link is in the description if you would like to check that out. if you're interested in driving for a good company. We also do farming sim as a company, so if you're interested in that, yeah, come join us and check us out. We have a lot of fun, a lot of good guys in here, very laid back, very social, very fun. One 1.35 is out. If you hadn't already known, I'm sure everybody already knows this, and it is updated for Truckers MP. So a lot of cool new features in 1.35, and we're getting ramped up for the Black Sea DLC. There's no release date as of yet, but I would assume that from all the information that I've gathered, it should be like an early fall release. So maybe September through November time on that. And SCS,
You know what
go ahead.
No, you can finish, man. What were you saying?
Oh, SCS has also made another huge announcement. If you're a fan of American Truck, Washington was just released about 2 weeks ago, and they've already gave a teaser video that they are releasing the next state, which will be Utah, and allegedly it will be out this year. So a lot of speculation is Utah and Black Sea are going to be released around the same time, early to mid fall. So that's pretty impressive for SCS to drop 2 states in a year, in the same year, that close together.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of content, really.
Yeah, with just in a few months, because I mean it was kind of rough waiting on states when they first came out, because it was pretty slow going. So glad to see that game is moving in the right direction.
Yeah, one game I really need to download is Farming Sim. I played it with my brother a while back on the Xbox. That's a fun game, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Did you ever play there was a game, it was made in, it was like late 2000s. It was when the computer games started becoming a thing, like, when Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, where, you go to Walmart, buy a game, download it, stuff like that, instead of downloading everything online. There was this John Deere farming game.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was the best game I ever played in my life. Like, I've played a lot of games, but that game I still hold dear to me. I need to look online and buy it again, because I'd play the hell out of that thing.
Well, see, for years, Farming Sim couldn't acquire a John Deere license to put John Deere in the game, because that was like their thing. They said, well, we've already got a farming game out.
Yeah.
And so this year, that was the big draw, was they finally got John Deere license.
Hey, that's why I guarantee you John Deere is making a bunch of money from that. Just imagine the money they paid for that, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it, like, shocked everybody, because every time a new farming sim game would come out, they're like, yeah, they're never going to get John Deere. There was always mods that you could download, but not in, base game. And their little reveal trailer this year, everybody was like, holy crap, they got them. It was pretty neat.
Do they release one every year, or
Every 2 years?
every 2 years? At least that's decent. I don't really like when a lot of companies pretty much revamp the same shit and produce it in a second year, like Madden.
Yeah.
And the thing with Madden, you can literally update a roster from the current roster.
Yeah, and have the same game.
Yeah, you can play Madden 16 and have the same roster. I mean, at this point, we're not making a lot of graphical strides comparative to 2011 to now. 2019 to 2020, there's not really going to be many graphical changes
No, just little tweaks
unless
here
you
and
have a
there.
completely different console. That's the only thing that's going to affect it. Unless you play online.
Yeah. That's one thing I never understood. A lot of people will, they're like one or the other. They're like console or PC, and you got the whole console PC wars going on, and people, but because they say PC costs so much. Well, not really when you figure like, every new game on a console is $60. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's just the bottom line, $60.
And
And
that
every
doesn't include like the season passes that are like $30 or $50 or some shit.
oh yeah, and then you buy all these games and all the season passes, then a few years later, boom, a new console comes out. Now you're just starting that whole process over again.
Yeah.
At least with
Very,
PC, every couple of years you can just kind of upgrade your parts and you pretty much have it,
Yeah.
a new PC.
Yeah, that's not even 100% necessary either.
Right.
And so let's say you were to spend $1,000 on a really nice PC. Right? I mean, $1,000 can get you a damn good PC.
Oh, sure.
You know, and you can get how much is the new Xbox One X or Xbox X or whatever the fuck it's called? That's like $500. But if you incorporate all the games that you would get, especially if you were to buy new title releases, you're gonna equate $1,000 in just a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to, you have Steam bundles, or you can buy keys or cheaper games in general, to where it may be $60 or $80 for the Xbox or PlayStation, where I can get it for $15. More of the big picture that a lot of people ain't looking at.
Well, and like my son or whatever, he had a 360. Well, when he switched to Xbox One, you got to buy new controllers.
Yep.
His headset wouldn't work. He had to get a new headset. And they just nickel and dime the hell out of everybody.
Oh, no doubt. And I'd say the worst company at all, they ain't a gaming company, but they're probably the most greedy companies that I know is Apple.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. They nickel and dime for everything.
God, the new Mac's like $5,000.
Oh, yeah. And let's say I'll go on a ride with Elizabeth, and let's say she wanted to play some stuff that's on her phone. She has to have a specific adapter to even plug it into the auxiliary port.
Yeah.
And that's just ridiculous. Why the hell would you need that?
Well, the new computer's like $5,000. The new monitor's like $3,000, and the new monitor stand is $1,000.
The fuck?
Yeah, just the stand to put this monitor on is $1,000.
That's it's quite pathetic.
Oh, it's insanity. I will give them credit, man. When way back in the day when iPods first came out, that was like a game changer.
Mid 2000s. Yeah. That was the next generation of MP3 players.
The iPhone was a game changer. When that thing came out, everybody had Blackberries, and everybody was like, it was, nobody'd seen anything like that before.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I don't understand about the iPods nowadays, especially if you have an iPhone, are essentially useless.
Yeah, it's one or the other. You don't need them both.
Yeah. Because everything that you can do on the iPad or the iPod, iPod Touch or whatever, you can do the exact same thing on your iPhone and then more. But I don't fuck with iPhones though. I think they're quite a joke. They nickel and dime too much. I'm not I'm a Samsung only guy or anything, or Android only. But when it comes to what you get and what you pay for, I honestly think that like Samsung, BlackBerry actually produces some decent phones. So does Motorola. You just don't hear about them as much.
Well, one thing that really,
I don't like the Windows.
No, I don't like the Windows phones. They were too clunky for me. But one thing that really burned my ass with Apple is, back in the early 2000s, I bought an iMac when they first came out. So shortly after that,
that was when everything was in the monitor.
Yeah, it was all built in. Yep. And so then, of course, iTunes came out. So I had an iTunes account, and I switched to PC. Still had my iTunes, had all my music, and I legitimately paid for a shitload of music on iTunes. My computer crapped out, hard drive took a shit, the whole shooting match. So I ended up getting a new computer, and I log into iTunes, and they won't, like, those songs, they're just gone. You're just beat.
Yeah.
And so I contacted them, and I'm like, well, look, you have to have a receipt. You know, I paid for all these songs. I just want to basically log into my account, boom, and download them or whatever, and they'll be there. Well, if you don't back them up, or if you don't save them to disk, or if you don't do that, they're gone, which I think that's pretty shitty. With the technology we have today, they could, you know, all that stuff could be linked to your account. You just log in, boom, there's all your shit. So that
Like
really
pretty
chapped
much
my
anything
ass.
else in the fucking world that we have right now.
Yeah. You know, you can, well, like an Android phone, you know, if you sync all of your contacts to Google, you can buy a brand new phone and log in, and boom, all your stuff's there.
Yep. Same thing when it comes to. I remember a while back I had to get a new hard drive, and Google Chrome. Once I logged into Google Chrome, all my bookmarks, all the tabs that I had saved,
Yeah, that's all
single
right there.
part. Yeah. And with a multi-billion-dollar company like Apple, you would think they would do that. But here's the thing: greed. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that really pissed me off, man, because I spent a lot of freaking money,
Yeah.
you know.
There's one thing being greedy, it's another thing being greedy and fucking your people over.
Yeah, I saw like a some kind of special or report or something on the news about like iPhones and stuff. And I'm all about somebody turning a profit, but you know, they were saying, you know, say an iPhone, just for the sake of argument, say is $1,000. Well, the entire labor that they paid to make that phone was like $8 per phone.
No shit.
Yeah, they got these little, kind of like little sweatshops over there, man, and they're not paying these people jack shit.
Well, I wonder how much the stores are buying them for, because we got to take that into account. Because there's two ways you got to look at it.
Well, yeah, I mean, even
Nobody does that.
wholesale, they're making a fortune. You know, because they broke it down. I don't remember what it was. It's some kind of investigative journalism story, but they broke it down on like parts and labor, and you know, and I understand.
Transportation's a very big thing. Too.
Yeah, and there's overhead and everything else, and you got to pay your engineers and software designers. But good lord, man,
Yeah,
when you're turning that type of profit, you know, like Google, they've got it right. Like they reinvest a lot of their money back into employees, like for profit sharing, and they do all kinds of shit. You know, go to Google, you got daycare in the basement, for God's sake.
I mean, if you can do it, why the fuck wouldn't you? I mean, people are still gonna buy the hell out of the things.
Oh yeah.
Ain't gonna change anything. It's the same thing with you know, you had clothing companies like Supreme. It's literally plain T-shirts with the logo Supreme. No different.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're not getting 40, $50 for a T-shirt.
It feels no different than some, you know, random Hanes T-shirt that you could buy a 10-pack for like $10, if that. You know, one company I would say that actually has, you know, quality stuff, but I do believe is overpriced, would be like American Eagle.
Yeah.
You know, they have some really nice T-shirts and really nice boxers. You are paying the price for the items you're acquiring, but a majority of it is still for the name. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you do it for the sake of name brand shit, you're a fucking joke. But if you're doing it because it's feel like it's quality and it's comfortable to you, go for it. But that ain't always how it is. That's one thing I don't really do it anymore, but I used to wear damn near nothing but band t-shirts, just band t-shirts and pair of jeans. And I wasn't emo, but I shopped a lot of Hot Topic because they had decent band t-shirts. Hey, listen, man, they had decent band t-shirts.
Right.
I wasn't wearing some My Chemical Romance shit like that, okay? I was wearing some metal shit. Um, but I always had to pay attention to the brand of shirts that I had to buy because there was a certain brand that no matter what I did, it would always shrink. It didn't matter how I washed it, how well I took care of the shirt, it would always shrink so bad. And after like 3 to 4 washes, the material will get very I'm not gonna say it's dry because of course it's dry because it's clothing.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean though. It just feel funny.
Yeah.
Like kind of like brittle.
Yep.
Yeah, when I was in high school, man, I always go for like Shock Factor. And so I had like real long hair, and I'd wear like Megadeth T-shirts or Slayer T-shirts, and teachers would just look at me like, this fucking guy. Oh yeah, yeah, Danzig T-shirt, anything that was like cutting edge, man. They would just look at me like, what's wrong with this kid?
Fucking edgelord over here.
Oh, my dad, he couldn't stand it, dude. Fucking long hair. And now I'm the same way. My kids have long hair, and I'm like, hey, cut your damn hair.
And of course for me it wasn't too much, too long ago. But especially when it comes to hair, I had really, really long hair. You can look at my Facebook pictures. All my hair was really long, and I had my ears pierced. I had my face pierced, shit like that. Those don't. My opinion on that hasn't really changed, but when it comes to hair, it really has changed for me.
Yeah.
I see some guy with like some long hair. God, it just bugs me. It bugs me even more when I see people around my age doing it. I'm like, yeah, listen, man, you're not a kid anymore.
I
Cut your
don't.
fucking hair.
I don't mind it as long as they like keep it decent. But if you're looking like a scrub,
like Bieber cut. I'm
Yeah.
talking like Bieber cut shit. If you had your hair like long, like really long, whatever, that's fine. It don't bother me. But other than that, it just kind of bugs me. Hey, I'm gonna get on the train real quick. Then I'm gonna go use the restroom and grab a drink quickly.
yeah, that's fine.
Been holding it for a minute. Gotta break the seal. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Golly. So we'll wait for Cypher to get back, and we will carry on with the load. Well, as soon as Cypher gets back, we'll crack on with this one. As you can see, the train is just a little busy right now, which is good. I don't mind the traffic a bit. I think it's kind of cool. The cool thing is they did make this a non-collision zone. Just thank goodness, because it would be a cluster if it wasn't. Back up a little bit and pull out, get ready for him. Just kind of pull out this way here.
Koozies so nice.
Yeah.
I never had one, but you know, I'm used to the old fucking foam ones.
Yeah.
Not these cool metal ones we got now.
380 kilometers to go. And it's probably my bedtime. It's about 2 a.m. here. It's probably why we don't have anybody watching. Everybody's smart. All the smart people are asleep. But we're doing it, trying to get loads logged for the company. KP, if you're watching, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Flat out with the CB out. Glenn Gar, if you're watching, or if you happen to watch this one's for you, bud. Glenn Gar is company manager, and KP is CEO. He's out of town at the moment. He's spending time with family. He'll be back tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we may be able to get a company convoy. Just have to stay tuned for that. If we do, I'm sure there'll be several of us streaming, so you won't want to miss that. Watch it for the crack. We're on the home stretch now. Get out here on the motorway and just let her eat. So if you stumble upon this video and you're not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate a sub. And at 100, we are doing a giveaway. I talked about that earlier in the video. So if that's something you'd be interested in, hey, stick around and watch us. We really appreciate all the subs we can get. Euro truck this month. If that's really not your thing, next month, all month long, we're going to be streaming American truck. So kind of out of my element here with all the guys from Ireland, you know, driving around Europe, but I'll be their little tour guide when we start doing American truck for a month, so that'll be fun. So stay tuned for that. That ought to be some pretty fun streams. I'll be down a little bit in the middle of the month. I have to have shoulder surgery, so I'll be out for a little while, but don't worry. Won't be gone long. I will be right back at it, streaming along. Good?
We're good.
Okay.
My truck is this loaded pair to yours, so.
Oh, that's all good, bud. I'll drop it back a little bit till you catch up.
I'm only running with the 500 horses here, 23 tons.
All right, won't take long. You'll be up there.
It wouldn't be so bad if I can, sell some dope on the side on this game,
Well, yeah,
make some side money.
haul some immigrants around, and drop them off in different countries.
Absolutely.
Hide them in the back of the truck, sleeper, put them in the trailer.
No, I ain't having them in the cabin. I don't want to stink like ass. Come on.
That's true. All right, hammer down. Flat out with the CB out, as the boys would say. Look at this guy. Oh shit, look out.
Eat shit. God damn.
Golly.
And that's why you don't drink while you're
The
pregnant.
shit you see in France on this game. God almighty.
Well, I figured halfway down the road he would already surrendered.
What do you think? Gee, Christmas. It's a good thing about multiplayer, guys. You never know what you're going to see. Some people have asked about the setup. Running an Intel i7 6600, I think, 7700. GTX 1060 card, G29 wheel shifter, Razer Naga mouse, and a Corsair backlit mechanical keyboard. Nothing really fancy, nothing to write home about.
You need to ditch that Naga though, I'll tell you that.
I liked it for MMOs. That's when I really used it a lot.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I got my G600. The Naga ain't bad. I really like the G600 because it shows has the ripples and the indents of the different buttons. Makes it a lot easier to feel which ones you're actually hitting.
Yeah, Naga's kind of tough, man, when you first get used to it because you know, you're like, am I on 6 or 9? You know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Before like the first 3 are indented in, then the middle, the 2 middle ones are indented back up to each other. So it just makes it a lot easier to feel it out.
Yeah, that would be
Where it
cool.
was actually really easy for me to understand where I was at on it. Yeah, I mean, I can just only imagine how many keybinds I'd have playing any MMOs without the mouse.
Oh, God.
Yeah, at first, I didn't realize how nice it was until I started getting used to it. And now it's like I can't even play them without it.
It'd be tough now, you know, playing with it so long and then trying to switch back.
Oh, yeah.
So we're getting close, about 180 kilometers. And we'll be in Luxembourg. Got a set of loaders. Hauling some loaders up there. They've got some heavy work to do. Moving some dirt. Progress. Making progress.
I'll probably do another load before I head off too, though.
Awesome.
Probably do about 1,000. maybe 1,500 at the max.
And we can use all we can get. I'll crank some out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's your weekend now.
Yeah. So don't pay attention. I've got a sub goal going on up top, but don't pay attention to that. I got to get that fixed. It says it's at 45, but that's kind of what it was when we started. It's not. I don't have it set right to actually update. What was you gonna say?
There's these two companies that I swear to God I've never seen before that had jumped to 10 and 12, and that's that Alfausch International.
Yeah, I don't know where they
and
came
then
from.
Banduena. That's just crazy. Like I never even seen them below us. I swear.
Yeah, they just kind of came out of nowhere. And a lot of these companies, I see them in the rankings, but I've never seen them like in game. Unless they're playing on different servers, you know, server 3 or 1.
Yeah.
During the peak hours, it's always safer to play on server 3. It's just less people and no cars.
I can imagine that. Jesus, man. It gets wild in the morning.
Oh yeah. We'll one day we'll have to go down the CD road when it's like the server's packed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a cluster.
I wanted to lose my mind and pull my hair out when I was leaving Duisburg, man.
Oh, it's nuts. Absolutely crazy. It's a tall bridge there. Look at that. You get up here, that thing is huge.
Yeah. I can just imagine that scene in person. Jesus.
Pretty cool.
We don't really have anything like that around here.
It's a cool thing about this game. There's quite a bit of detail in it.
Yeah, the game had a little, let's say a lot more realist. God damn. A lot more realism than I thought it did.
Oh yeah. And it's kind of cool. Like you don't really, unless you're going on like a ferry or a train or something. There's no, you don't have to zone anywhere. It's all seamless.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And that's clean, man.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And one minor detail that I don't know if a lot of people appreciate is just even the traffic signs, the road signs, stuff like that. That's just insane. The amount of work that have been put in this, and the scale. The scale is just what's crazy.
Yeah, and I was looking at their website, and they actually like hire people. You know, they're always hiring people from all these different countries just to make sure that, you know, their road signs are like legitimate for that country, and the stoplights and all that stuff. So they do a lot of research. You know, they just don't slap it together. They take their time and, you know, make sure they're doing it right. Look at this guy here. He's bumming. Give him a honk for good luck. On the home stretch now, about 38 kilometers to go. Or if it's 30 minutes, 40 kilometers to go. I'll get it right one of these times. I'm getting sleepy.
Math is hard.
It is. It's weird, man. Like an ETS, like everybody drives past you and blows the horn.
Mm-hmm.
And an ATS, nobody blows the horn, but they'll holler at you on a CB.
Really?
Yeah. Good luck, driver. Oh, 10-4. Yeah, it's
The
just
culture
like
clashes.
total opposites. Oh, see the city lights of Luxembourg. All right, we have made it. I'm gonna be lazy because I'm tired.
Making the big bucks.
Yep. All right, so late night trucking part 2 is done. If you're watching this after the fact, we appreciate all the views, all the subs. Give us a like, thumbs up, and stay tuned. Giveaway will be taking place real soon. That's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching, and this is Sim with Jim. We will see you next time. Good night.